What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for ZILLOW with the ticker symbol Z. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who have already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So it looks like Zillow's holding up in this harsh environment. You can see that we had this pop up after making a low right here at the $45 level. Earnings looks like it was pretty good, and it pushed prices higher. We had a gap right here. You see this empty space right here, and then price action continued up inside of a channel, but we did get that break outside of it and a move to new high. So this could be very bearish. You can see that this red candle that closed today was the breakout side. We went up to make a new high, and now we closed on its low. So this is very bearish, especially since we did get rejected from previous resistance. You can see that this resistance line is still acting as a ceiling for prices. If I just drag this a little bit lower, so this is where we're getting most of the touches. We got a little bit of resistance right here, a lot right here, a lot right here, and now we're finding resistance again at the same point in time. Right at this $65 level is a overhead ceiling. So with that in mind, if we do continue lower, we could fill in the gaps that were created during this up move, like these empty spaces right here. So we could come back all the way to the EMA and also maybe make even a new low. You can see that the major pattern is still down, and this little up move is just too early to call this a bottom. Let me zoom back in. So like I said before, we had earnings, we popped up, we found resistance at the previous resistance point. Friday is a bearish candle, so that tells me that sellers are in control right now within this candle. This is a bearish reversal trend candle, so we could see lower prices. Let me zoom in on the chart. Before I zoom out on the chart, we were in this little downtrend right here, and we did have a breakout side of it, but we didn't get the retest of the low. But we don't have to if the support is strong. This major pattern right here, this major level right here. So let me zoom out on the chart and show you guys where this goes up to. Where is this $47 level? Well, it doesn't really have that much strong support to it, but we did bounce from this level, so it's probably something to keep in mind if we come back to it, especially if it led to a lot of buying. Let's zoom out on the chart, show you guys the major pattern. So before, I was a little bullish on ZILLOW, especially if this downtrend played out, and it looked like it did play out because we had this little downtrend right here. Let's go and make it green. We had this green downtrend working lower, and then we had a breakout side of the channel, which normally we will get a retest of the previous low, which we did. We had a huge move down. We went a little bit lower, and this is why I always remind you guys, if we have a big push down, you don't want to be the first person who buys it just because you get all excited that the stock is at a discount, because it did trend much lower after that. So a lot of companies are also gapping down and people are jumping right in, but normally we can see another drop down. So that's what happened to ZILLOW. Anyway, so this looked pretty good, but now we're not really having any continuation in the up moves. It's just still getting rejected. So that lends me to believe that we could be inside of a bigger, much larger downtrend. So if I connect the swings like this, if I connect the bottom swings, this yellow channel fits really good against the price action as well. You can see that we got a bounce here, we got a bounce here, a lot of bounces here, and just recently we got a bounce back over here in late November, and that's at the lower side of this yellow channel, which normally pushes prices up to the upper side of the channel. So this could be a short trap, or it could be the real deal where we do continue lower. So if it's a short trap, we could see a little break up again, a little breakout again before seeing lower prices. Or this could be the real deal and we're just going to continue lower. So As of right now, it's a little hard to tell, but I think we're going to continue lower. So you can see that this measured move has already played out. That was the first leg down. This was the second leg down, right around that $56, $57 level. We saw a little consolidation and a small pullback, but then prices still continue lower. You can see that this dashed line of the yellow channel acted as resistance back here in late December, early January. So that's why I think we're in a bigger channel now. So it looks like Zillow still has a lot of room to drop. Let me zoom out again. So you can see that this up move right here is just way too early to call a reversal. Look at all this up move right here. It's much different than what we're getting right now. Before, most of the price bars were above the EMA. The EMA is pointing up, and it's just continuing to push higher and higher past the previous high. So we're kind of just making this kind of zigzag motion. Over here, we're going down, and we obviously will get pullbacks, and we won't know until we see signs of reversals to assume that we have bottom or not. As of right now, I don't see it, and this could just be a pullback that will lend us to lower prices. So as right now, I'm not bullish, I'm bearish. I still think there's numerous signs on the chart telling me that prices can continue lower, and it could be a while before we see a bottom in this stock, especially since this is a real estate business minded company. I don't know exactly what they do. It looks like they do have listings for real estate and all that stuff. So if the market comes down, I believe this will also drop too. And it's not going to be isolated from the downturn of the market. There obviously are some stocks that will be more safer and stay green most of the time, but I don't think Zillow is one of them. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So I know I said a lot on the daily chart, but I just want to point out that I think we're just going to continue lower. This pullback is just a pullback to me. We are still finding resistance at the EMA. Let me go and show you guys right now with the drawing tool. Let me go and delete this arrow first. Delete the arrow. Let's go to the drawing tool. You can see that we are finding, we did pull back to the EMA because we haven't been to it in a while, and normally prices like to come back to the EMA here and there, especially if the trend is strong. So we did pull back to the EMA. It looks like we're starting to see some selling pressure. We haven't been above the EMA since April of last year, and ever since then we've been getting rejected by the EMA and staying down. So nothing screams bullish to me on this chart. There were pullbacks in this downtrend, but nothing different as of right now. This just looks like a normal pullback to me. And what makes this even worse is that you can see that previously Zillow was inside of a sideways range where the lows were right at the $27, $26 level, and the highs were right at the $64, $65 level. Let me just draw a little better. So this was the range that Zillow was inside of for a long time. Looks like several years. You can see that the lows were acting as support, and then eventually price action would change patterns, and we did have a breakout, which led to a massive rally. But we did find resistance at this high numerous times also, the $65 level. You can see that there's a little bit of congestion right here, sideways action, and then finally trapped in a bunch of shorts and we reversed massively. So now in this downtrend, we came all the way back down to test this breakout level, but also we fell right inside of this yellow channel, and we came back to test the upper side again and found resistance. And just recently we're testing it one more time, and we could potentially find resistance and continue lower. We did bounce from the midline of this range, but I think if this resistance line holds at the $65 level, we probably won't get that bounce from the midline, which is at the $45 level. I think we're just going to push down to the $27 level. So that's my prediction for Zillow. It looks like it is possible if the market continues to sell off. What would make me change my mind is us getting back above this $65 level and making higher highs and higher lows. So that would be a change of market structure. As right now, we're still pretty much going down. You can see that we're still in this downtrend. You can see that this orange downtrend is holding all the price bars pretty good. Let me go and adjust a little better. So nothing really bullish as right now. Looks like the price action is going to stay with the downtrend. So that's everything I have for Zillow. Told you guys what's going on in the chart, what has happened, and probably what will happen most likely. So I'm sticking with that $27 target as long as we break through that $45 target. But if anything else changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.